Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And I'm Chloe Sledge.
And we're Sledgehammer Horror.
And today we are at Grand Rapids Comic Con. This is the first time we brought Chloe along to a convention with us. You excited, Chloe?
Yeah.
What are you hoping to see?
What do you think she's hoping to see?
Yeah.
A bunch of Deadpool stuff?
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we're going to go in here. We're going to check out the convention. We're going to do some interviews, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Bye.
What is up, guys? I am here with the amazing Fabian Niciesa. I'm sure I butchered that in some way, but...
did pretty good. That was good.
Thank you. So you are a co-creator of the Deadpool comic books that we're reading now. How did you get involved with comic books in the first place?
I came to this country when I was 4.5 years old, and my older brother saw Batman and Superman comics on the corner newsstand in Queens, New York, and asked my parents if he could get them. And it was a lot of money back then. They were 12 cents each. But we got them, and after that, just kept being interested in comics for my entire life. And got a job at Marvel in 1985, a couple years after college. So I worked in the company before I even started writing for the company.
That's amazing. And here in Grand Rapids, they do this Comic-Con every year. Is this your first time being here?
Yes, my first time here at Grand Rapids.
How's Grand Rapids been treating you so far? I know it's early, but...
It's still early. So far, so good, but there's plenty of time left to be treated poorly by you Michiganers.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Now, here at Sledgehammer Horror, the big thing we do is we bring guests on and talk to them about the first horror movie they watched and what it meant to them. Do you by any chance remember what the first horror movie you ever watched was?
I remember the first horrific movie I saw, but it wasn't a horror movie technically. When I was about 7.5 years old, my parents took me and my brother to go see Easy Rider in 1968. And there were all the kinds of LSD scenes in that movie where I remember sitting in the theater going, what the hell is wrong with my parents bringing me to this movie? The first horror movie I think I remember actually going to see in a theater was probably Halloween, the original Halloween. That might have been it. It wasn't as huge a market, and a lot of the horror movies that were made before Halloween tended to be kind of schlocky,
right.
And I ignored them. It wasn't something I had interest in, but certainly after Halloween, the genre became something that was interesting.
Well, and you talk about Easy Rider, too, because I've had people talk about Willy Wonka, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
To me, horror is what you make it. And those scenes that are super horrific to you, that really sticks with you sometimes more than a horror scene does.
Yeah, your hat is a little horrific to me right now.
That's what I'm saying.
That would, scare me if I was 8 years old. It scared me a little bit. I'm 62 for crying out loud.
Well, man, I do want to thank you so much for taking a little time out to talk to us. My daughter's a huge fan. So as a parent, thank you. As a host, thank you. It means a lot.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the show, everybody.
What is up, guys? We are here with the amazing Clifford Chapman. Clifford, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you so much for asking.
No, it's super exciting to have you here. Is this your first time being in Grand Rapids for a convention?
I am not 100% sure. To be completely honest, I travel so many times a year that I know that I've at least been in this area before. I don't know if it's specifically been Grand Rapids, but so maybe. Tentative maybe.
There we go. Well, Michigan's proud to have you either way. So at Sledgehammer Horror, our podcast, the big thing we do is called My First Horror Movie, where we interview people about the first horror movie they watched and what it meant to them.
Okay.
I know you're not here on the horror circuit, but do you remember what the first horror movie you watched was?
The first horror movie that I can remember distinctly seeing was a film called Fear.com. And I saw it in theaters, in my local movie theater with some of my friends. And I remember us all being like, that wasn't very good. So, no offense to the makers of that film or the people in it, but we were all not very impressed.
That's a deep cut. I've never heard anybody talk about Fear.com on here before. I can still see the silhouette on the movie cover, So I do want to thank you so much. You've done a lot of amazing voiceover work. My last question, what is it like for you being a voice actor, trying to get into the zone of all the different voices that you do?
Oh, man. It's tough to say because usually what happens in the beginning sessions of any recording for a character is finding the character. So, establishing the voice and establishing the attitude. And usually once you've kind of sat into that space, which settles pretty quick, you're kind of just in that zone. So, and then when you go back to do later recordings for it, if there are more sessions for either later episodes or whatnot, it's not really difficult to kind of step back into that space. So I don't. I almost feel like I have a non-answer for you because I feel like we develop the character in the moment, and then that's where it is. So it's not really a matter of getting into the headspace so much.
The creation is more than the duplication.
Yeah, totally.
So I want to thank you for your time, and I hope the rest of your trip here is amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
What is up, guys? We are here with the amazing Phil Lamar. Phil, how you doing today?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm doing a lot better now. So anybody that knows Sledgehammer Horror, yes, we're huge horror fans, but we are also huge Futurama fans. Futurama is something that, thank God, will not go away. How does it feel for you to know that the fans just keep bringing you guys back?
Well, it's interesting that you who like horror also like Futurama. I guess you watched the dog episode.
Oh, God. One of the saddest episodes in the history of television, man. And like I said, with Futurama being such a big cultural thing, starting off, you were our UBS driver for a long time over on Mad TV. But what's it like being part of such a big cultural phenomenon like Futurama?
Well, it's great working with great people. And when you get to work with the creator of The Simpsons, or the creator of Samurai Jack or the Justice League, that is a good thing to work with and to watch their work.
Right. Well, we appreciate everything you've done. I still use your do you want to see a picture of my boy? That's my boy line all the time from the Futurama episodes. I think it's one of the funniest lines that I've ever seen in any episode. But when we're talking about horror, obviously, we like to talk to people about the first horror movie they watched. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
No, I mean, I'm sure it was something back in the 80s. Halloween, something, I don't know.
Yeah, they're always around there. But I want to once again thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your time at the convention.
Thank you.
What is up, guys? So we are done. We are back home from our one day that we got to spend at Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
So for the short amount of time that we had there, we had a great time. There was a lot of cosplayers that we loved to see, and just an overall great event.
It was a very good experience. I wish we could do more. I wish we could have been there for longer, honestly. For a Friday, it was very, very busy, which you'd like to see at a convention, but make sure you're going out and checking out your local cons wherever you can. Let us know what you think about the convention circuit. We would love to hear your guys' opinion, but if you haven't already, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Our links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.